You lie down. No walls, no blanket, no locked door, only darkness. The air gets colder. Somewhere far away something moves. You hear people breathing. A child shifts. Someone quietly feeds the fire. And then you do something strange. You close your eyes. Not for a second. For hours you disappear. Voluntarily. You've done this thousands of times. But if you think about it, sleep may be the weirdest thing humans do. Because becoming unconscious in the wild should feel impossible. So why did humans ever start doing it? But here is the strange part: they got surprisingly good at it. You probably imagine ancient humans sleeping from pure exhaustion. Walk, hunt, collapse, sleep. But archaeologists found something unexpected. People weren't falling asleep. They were preparing to fall asleep. Layered plants, chosen materials, places used again and again, sometimes even ash beneath them. Which sounds wrong, until you realize ash might have kept insects away. Meaning one of humanity's oldest technologies wasn't a spear. It might have been making tonight slightly safer. And suddenly your bedtime routine starts looking less modern. Adjust pillow, close curtains, lower temperature, check the door, different tools, same brain. But this creates another problem. If sleep was engineered, what exactly were humans protecting themselves from? Imagine sleeping outside. Not camping, actually sleeping. No zipper, no flashlight, no emergency exit. Most people feel uncomfortable immediately. That feeling matters. Because ancient humans had predators, weather, insects. But those may not have been the biggest problem. The biggest problem was being unconscious. So humans solved it strangely, not with walls, with people. Imagine opening your eyes in the middle of the night and realizing someone is already awake. Someone adjusting the fire, someone feeding a child, someone sitting quietly. No system, just human rhythm, enough to make the group never completely disappear at once. Now here is where it gets interesting. What if ancient humans didn't feel safer because life was safer, but because they rarely slept alone? You probably think ancient life worked like this: sleep, sunup, wake. But that should have solved it. Except people often stayed awake, talking, watching fire, waiting, which sounds familiar. Because what if bedtime was never about darkness? What if it was about transition? Notice your own night. You dim lights, cool the room. Scroll, brush teeth, turn off a lamp. You're not deciding to sleep. You're negotiating with consciousness. Ancient humans may have done the same thing, just with fire instead of leads. And then something changed. You think beds helped humans sleep, but beds may have replaced something else. Because the real thing humans lost wasn't grass. It wasn't fire. It wasn't nature. It might have been falling asleep surrounded by familiar humans. Today your room is safer than theirs, and yet you lock doors, play white noise, keep TV running with pets, call someone before bed, leave a light on. Why? Because your brain may still be asking the same question. Who's awake while I disappear? Tonight, watch what happens. You perform tiny rituals. Adjust, check prayer signal, and eventually you'll tell your brain, you can stop now. Maybe sleep was never rest. Maybe sleep was trust. And maybe that's why exhaustion isn't enough. Because humans don't just need darkness. We need permission. Maybe ancient humans didn't sleep better. Maybe they simply remembered something we forgot. That falling asleep was never about comfort. It was about knowing for a few hours you did not have to carry the world. And maybe every night when you close your eyes, part of your brain is still waiting for distant voices and a fire that never fully goes out. If this made you notice something you've lived with your whole life, subscribe to You Never Noticed. Because the strangest parts of being human are usually hiding in plain sight.